Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Look at that. I assembled and installed the cabinets. It's been a long time coming, let me tell you. And for those of you who are just stopping by and you don't know what the deal is, that's okay. Let me get you up to speed. These are some cabinets that I designed and built from scratch as part of our master bedroom remodel. That used to be our old closet area there. We tore all that out and now we have this beautiful casework. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I assembled it and installed it. Stick around. Okay, I printed out a fresh set of drawings, and right now I'm looking at the side elevation of the drawer bank, and these are the measurements for the location of the drawer rails that need to be installed, and these are the center lines for the drawer slides. Here's some of the cabinet parts right here. The skinny pieces are the drawer rails, and those are the tops and bottoms for all the cabinets in the drawer box section. Those are the wardrobe tops and bottoms, and there's some cubby sides and a couple of shelves right there. These pieces right here, those are the drawer bank sides, and these are the wardrobe sides. Before I get to the cabinet assembly, I need to locate, level, and pin down that sub-base toe kick, make sure it's secure to the floor. And I have a couple of drawings here that are going to help me locate that. So I'm going to get started on that first. Okay, I got the sub base centered in the alcove. I had to add shims on either end, about 1/8 of an inch, because I knew there was a hump in the middle of the floor. Threw the bubble sticks all over it, got it nice and flat, and pinned one corner, squared it up, and then I finished pinning it out. Now it's good to go and ready for cabinets. Okay, so next up, I'm going to take those drawer bank sides right there, and as per the drawing, I'm going to locate and scribe out the center lines for the ball bearing slides and get those mounted on. All right, I have the center lines all scribed. I'm using one drill with a Phillips bit, another with the self-centering bit. I have the drawer member taken out. This is the case member. I'm using all the suggested screw locations to get the maximum load rating, and I set the drawer slide back from the edge 1 mil. Got my helper here. We got all the drawer slides apart. Got them all laid out. We're pre-drilling and screwing them down. So what are we doing, Annie?
Well, we're putting in the rails, and so we have to pull the first one at 10 1/8 and screw it in place.
There you go, you heard her. Better get busy. Okay, got some rails put in, and I'm using the Craig corner clamps. Work pretty good. What do you got there, Annie? Just the back? Oh, look.
Go ahead.
A little hot snot in here. Hold the back in. And through the magic of television, look at that. We already had the other one done in the oven, you guys. And then both the drawer boxes are in place. Now we're going to do the wardrobes on either side. Right, Annie? Now that we have the two drawer banks completed, we're going to go ahead and move on and build these two wardrobe cabinets. How you holding up? Do you need to rest? Do you need to take a break? We can take a break if you need to take a boopy. So it's really important when you're putting the edge banding on to get a nice flush cut here. So down here, Annie. So when you're positioning this piece against this piece, you don't accidentally peel the edge banding off there when you're knocking it around and lining it up. All right, so this bottom piece is a little proud from the side. So I'm gonna give it a couple of taps and line the edge tape up. And then line my piece up here. Make sure everything nice and flush with my feelers. Okay, so this is the bottom of the cabinet. This is the side of the cabinet. And you can see that the side is a little wider than the bottom. That's why it's important to reference the front of your cabinet piece when you're doing your dados, so the dados line up nice with each other. Okay, so we got one of the little wardrobes built. It's a little box. Yeah. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so the base units are in, and there's two two-door cubbies that go there, and then 4 cubbies across top. What do you think, Annie? Break time?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a break. More tomorrow, maybe? Okay, so today is tomorrow, and the mission today is to shim, plumb and level all the cabinets. Then I want to get them all on the same plane by lining all the faces up. Then I want to attach them to each other, pin the boxes to the base, and pin them to the wall. First, I got to take a look and see if I have any cabinet screws here in my stash. I know I got something in there somewhere. I think back in here. That it? These are, looks like 1 3/4. Those will be good to go into the sub base and into my wall cleat, but not good for joining the cabinets together. I ended up going over to the store. I got some 2 1/2s to go through the cabinet back and into the wall stud. I got some 1 1/4s to join the cabinets together, and a couple packages of cedar shims to help me plumb the cabinets. DJ Annie, getting ready to blast some tunes to our job site radio. But anyway, so we have this cabinet pinned to the wall and pinned to the sub base, and it's all plumb. And now we're gonna start plumbing these cabinets to that one. Okay, so we attached that drawer bank to the wardrobe. These 2 drawer banks are attached to each other. We left this wardrobe loose because we're gonna build and install these 2 cubbies first, and then we'll gang everything together at that point. Imagine if I knew who I was and knew what I was doing. Okay, so tomorrow is today, and as you can see, Annie and I got those cabinets assembled and installed. They're all pinned together and pinned to the sub base. Let me tell you, that thing is solid. If number 2 ever collides with the oscillator, just dive in there, man. The whole house will fall down around that thing. All right, so there are 4 more cabinets to assemble and install. Annie's at her day gig today, so I'm flying solo. But these cabinets are small enough, I'll be able to assemble them and install them and join them all together by myself. So that's what I'm gonna do.
அப்பன் நீ அம்மை நீ அயனும் நீ அன்புடைய மாமனும் மாமியும் நீ ஒப்புடைய மாதரும் உன் பொருளும் நீ ஒரு குலமும் சுற்றமும் மோரூரும் நீ பொய்ப்பணமும் மெய்ப்பணமும் போற்றுவாய் நீ துணையாய் என் நெஞ்சம் துறவிப்பாய் நீ இப்பன் நீ இம்மை நீ இம்முத்தும் நீ இறைவன் நீ ஏறுந்த செல்வனும் நீ ஏறுந்த செல்வனும் நீ ஏறுந்த செல்வனும் நீ தாங்க தருகிட தருகிட தருகிட
ಪುರಂದರ ದಾಸರೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲವ ನಂಬಿದೆ ಗರ್ವರಹಿತನ ಮಾಡಿ ಎನ್ನನು ಕೊರೆವ ಭಾರವು ನಿಮ್ಮದೇ ಧಿಮ್ ನಂಗಡದ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ನಂಗಡದ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ನಂಗಡದ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ಧಿಂಗಡದ ದಿಮ್ಮಿ ಧಿನ್ನಗಡದ ಭಿನ್ನಗಡದ ಧಿಮ್ ಧಿಮ್ ನಂಗಡದ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ನಂಗಡದ ಧಿಮ್ಮಿ ನಂಗಡದ ದಿಮ್ಮಿ ಧಿಂಗಡದ ದಿಮ್ಮಿ ಧಿನ್ನಗಡದ ಭಿನ್ನಗಡದ.
Look at it. Let's just make sure this is. Oh, look. Oh yeah. Sure. That'll be fine, Scott. That'll be just fine. All right, so all the overhead storage is in place. Now I just need to align the cabinet faces, and then I'll pin them to each other. And then I'll pin them down into the lower set of cabinets. Once I get those all joined together, I'm gonna have to make some more of those blocks right there. I'm gonna put one up in the corner, a few across the top and down both sides. That cabinet side wants to flex, and I need that to be nice and rigid for the doors. Plus it'll give me more nailers for my filler strips. I'm gonna use 1/2 inch sheetrock for my filler. It's gonna attach to those 2x4s and any nailers that I have in there. It'll come right down here like this. And I got my toe kick set, a 1/2 inch proud, so it'll be flush when I go to put my base molding on. As you can see in this exploded view, here's the gap between the cabinet side and the wall, right in there. There's a 2x4 coming down, which is represented here. I got a nailer on the side of the cabinet. My 1/2 inch sheetrock will attach to those 2 pieces. Then my 3/4 inch base mold will run right on by. You may remember from earlier videos, when I was first measuring the rough opening, I noticed it was a parallelogram when I put my bubble stick up there, and you can see it here. It's a little wide there, pretty tight up there. And then on this side, it's really noticeable. Look at that. Okay, so they're all joined together, and I went ahead and put the adjustable shelves in. I got my 5mm shelf pins in there. Looking good. Look at this. It's like sharing 3/32 of wiggle room. I got it set back 1/4 inch. Here's a pro tip for you. When you're going around with your thumb gauge and you're checking your work, right? You're checking your seams out and you come across a piece of edge banding that might be a little proud, you can just take an iron, reheat that glue, re-burnish it. You can gain a little bit. You can flatten that right out. Look at that. Okay, I installed shims all the way around the cabinet, and I pinned through the shims and into the 2x4s that I had left behind from the old closet framework. And now it's all true and stout and square, and look at that. And then I detooled the room because I'm kind of done with the cabinets right now. We want our bedroom back. Actually, we want our dining room back because all of our stuff is out there. So I'm going to move on to painting the walls, installing the flooring and the window and door trim so we can move back in here. And once we're all moved into the room, I can then focus back on the cabinets. I can build the drawer boxes downstairs and create the doors and drawer fronts and just bring them up and install them. The room doesn't need to be empty for that. You know what I'm saying? You know I didn't cover all the aspects of assembly and installation here in this video. It's because